here's starting points on how we can start playing Hendrix's style of rhythm playing over major chords. I'm using two shapes today, E and A. And the two chords I'm going to be using are going to be G and C. G is on the 6th string, 3rd fret. C is on the 3rd fret, 5th string. Okay? So over something like our 6th string major chord, like our E shape, I'm actually going to be starting by not really playing it just like our bar chord, how we normally do. I'll be playing it kind of like an F chord with my thumb wrapped around the bass. Okay, this is something that Hendrix did a lot of. What this allowed him to do was it freed up his pinky to kind of start playing around with the chords a little bit more. Now, if your thumb can't reach up there, that's okay. You can try just that F shape by itself. Okay, it is nice to kind of hit that root note every once in a while to remember what chord you're on. Okay, now one more quick thing is that this isn't, these aren't solos. So what we want to do to kind of keep it rhythmy is by playing at least 2 notes at a time, and also to be hitting that root note a little more often. That way you can remember what chord you're on, and the listener can kind of hear that. So if you're kind of off noodling a little bit, you can still hear what chord you're actually outlining. So for that E shape, or our 6th string major bar chord, with our pinky free, we can kind of stay 2 frets above the root note, or right where my 3rd finger is, and we can hammer on and pull off my pinky. On the 5th fret throughout all of the strings, or throughout the first 3 strings, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Alright, now that is one idea. Now you can really milk that idea by kind of repeating certain phrases and by kind of creating little rhythmic ideas there. Another thing that we can do there is going to be kind of take off our shape altogether and actually start using our 1st finger, barred on the first 2 strings, and using our 3rd finger to hammer on that 5th fret. Then also to be putting our 2nd finger on the same fret as our root note on the 2nd string, so that's going to be the 3rd fret in this case since we're at G. My 1st finger is going to go 1 fret behind it. Okay? Now with that, it looks kind of like a D chord here. I can hammer on my 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret. Okay, so one more time. If I'm here at my 6th string major bar chord, where my 1st finger is, I can put my 2nd finger. My 1st finger is actually going to go behind my 2nd finger and behind my root note. That's going to allow me to hammer on my 3rd finger on the 4th fret, where my 2nd finger is in our bar chord. My root note I can hit with my pinky there, which is going to be on the 4th string. Alright, so those are 2 different ideas. For my 5th string major chord, or for my A shape, the basic principle is going to be I want my 1st finger to be where my 3rd finger is. Okay? So if I'm here at C, I want to envision where my 3rd finger would be barred and place my 1st finger there. Okay? Now from there, it's pretty simple. I can just hammer on my 3rd finger 2 frets higher. That works really well on the 3rd string, 4th string, 5th string, then you can always go back to the root. Like I said, it's going to be good and important in order to hear what chord you're playing over. Okay? Now if I'm starting here at the root, another way that I can do that, by placing my 3rd finger up onto the 5th string, notice where it's barred right now, 5th string, and then sliding that up 2 frets. Then from there, I can start playing around my 3rd finger, my 2nd and 3rd finger, or my 2nd and 3rd string, with my 3rd finger on the 3rd string going up 2 frets. My 4th and 3rd string, with my 3rd finger going up on the 4th string, 2 frets. 1st finger on the 5th and 4th string, going up to the 7th fret, right there. So those are 2 different ideas to do over major chords. That's not all the ideas that we can do, but I think that's a great starting point. Now with most of these, I'm not giving you actually licks or certain ideas, because Hendrix didn't go through a lot of the same consistent ideas. He really tried messing around with the chord. At first, getting used to where everything is going to be the best thing to do. After you kind of get familiar with where you can kind of mess around with the chords, playing with some sort of backing track or a metronome is going to be vital in order that they can actually start sounding like chords.